Hi, so today I'm going to do a review of Marc Silvestri's The Batman and the Joker, The Deadly Duo. Deadly Duo? Why do I keep saying Duo? The Deadly Duo. I've not even started drinking yet. Oh, the deluxe edition. So, what I like about DC when they. To start with, nice chunky book. What I like about DC compared to Marvel, and it's not bashing, well, it is bashing, but this costs $29.99. You get the whole series, and you get all that, all that of extras. So you get all the bonus posters, covers. You get the sketch designs. You get like pages just showing the process from the original pencil black and white artwork, and just basically you can see the whole. It just shows you the whole process. Which, if this was a Marvel book, for one thing, for a book which has 7 issues, Marvel, for example, the Gods, new Jonathan Hickman series Gods, they're going to be collecting all 8 issues in a soft cover. So just think of that, and it's going to be, I think it's like just shy of $40 for a soft cover. $29.99. You get all 7 issues, and you get loads of extras in this. That's why I like DC. That's a good, decent price for a really nice quality, oversized hardcover. Now let's get on to the story. So, first of all, we just have a look at that inlay. Gorgeous. Now, I like Marc Silvestri, but I'm not the biggest fan. I loved him when he was on X-Men, when he was inked by Dan Green. I thought he was chef's kiss, superb, one of my favourite X-Men artists. But then when he moved to Image, I hated Cyberforce, and I thought he was such a shit writer. Absolutely despised it. And then when he came back to Marvel, even X-Men with Grant Morrison, I didn't like his art style. But I've got to say now, this book is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know what's happened, but his artwork has changed yet again. Maybe it's because they're just doing scans straight from they're just doing colour straight onto his pencils, but it's just beautiful. I mean, yeah, I knew he was a talented artist, but he's gone up a level. I like Jim Lee, I can't lie, but I think with Jim Lee, sometimes it's more, people say, oh, look how clean it is, look how nice it is, but sometimes there's no energy to his work. But with this, I think Marc Silvestri's kind of surpassed Jim Lee here. I mean, I love his Joker. There's just so much kinetic energy and flow, and unlike a lot of artists nowadays, he does backgrounds, and he does backgrounds really, really well. There's so much detail in here. And like I said, I think I love his Joker. It's like a weird blend of the modern iteration of Joker with a more classic, say, Marshall Rogers style Joker, where he's very lean. And what I've had, like a lot of people, I've overdosed on the Joker. It's like, ease up, let's have some more different Batman villains. But he's made me like him. It's got more of a feel, like I said, the 70s kind of Joker, where very loud, very garish, where he's a psycho, but not as repugnant as he's shown in a lot of more modern Batman titles. And what surprised me with this is how, unlike a lot of his peers like Tom McFarlane and Jim Lee, etc., or even people who work with, like Chris Claremont, his writing is very, very economical. It's sometimes it can border on verbose, but then just kind of like reins himself in. so it doesn't get too wordy, and he does let the art speak for a lot of it. And I think it work. I think that helps being the artist. I mean, like there's this page here where there's just like a staring competition between Batman and the Joker, and yeah, he does let the story breathe and let the artwork speak for a lot of it. And like I said, it's my fate. I would happily read another Batman comic by Marc Silvestri, or just a Joker comic by him. He nails the personality of Joker perfectly. He makes the Joker fun again, which he's not been for a long, long time. I've just got very jaded of outright evil Joker. This is much more your old school kind of Joker, where he's got a quip for everything. I mean, there's a running joke across here about him just wants to eat all the time, and basically threatening to defecate in the Batmobile, etc., because he's not being allowed to use the toilet. But yeah, so the art is dynamic. So let's get on to the story. I've just got to show you a few more pages. It's just so good. So the story, it's a Black Label book. It's quite bloodthirsty in a way, but not overly so. But there's a great running gag. There's a very gallows humour with the violence in this. There's a lot of severed heads in this. There's a scene that goes on for about 5 pages where they're just chasing this creature who's just dragging this severed head along, and it's just great. Visually, it's just so impressive, and he nails the personalities of all the characters. Like, he does a really brilliant Batwoman. So basically, there's this spate of killings going on in Gotham, and Joker's being blamed for it. But it turns out it might not be the Joker, it could be somebody else. And so this opens up a bigger can of worms. It turns out there's something going on beneath Gotham, what the leaders of Gotham aren't aware is happening. People are being pinpointed and murdered and losing their heads, literally. And it reveals more and more of each issue how this is happening. And Commissioner Gordon has been held hostage. And it's almost got like a Seven vibe to it, because bits of Commissioner Gordon end up being delivered with a ransom note. And Harley's in. He does a wonderful Harley. And yeah, so this is for somebody who's not really a writer. Silvestri has got like 3 tangential plot points going on. To make a cohesive whole. And I enjoyed this loads more than I expected. I honestly did just buy it for the art, because the art is beautiful. I'll just show you what I mean by the violence. There's one of many severed heads, and it was satisfying. It had a really interesting beginning. There's no dull parts in it. It's only 7 issues, so it's just long enough. There was a great introduction, interesting middle part, and a really fun, rewarding payoff. And he got the voices of Nightwing great. He made a lot of jokes about Nightwing's butt, so obviously he loves the characters. He knows the ongoing jokes about Nightwing's physicality, as it were. And he's got the voice of Batman really good. I say it's on par with Jason Aaron's, how he just makes him very no-nonsense, and he brings out more the detective side of him. Alfred's in it, and he does really good Alfred. I don't know if I can find a picture of Alfred, and he's very much the father figure in this. Bullock's in. He does a really good Bullock. And what I like about it, Bullock's not an idiot. He comes across as a very competent detective. So there's Bullock, your classic-looking Bullock. And yeah, and the payoff at the end, I don't want to go too much into this plot, but the payoff at the end is good. It's very good. It's not a masterpiece. No way is it a masterpiece. It's not up there with Alan Moore or Garth Ennis or anybody like that. But it's solid. It's a solid story with really beautiful art. The pencils shine through. Sometimes, if it's just straight from the pencils, I can think, I wish they'd have an ink on it. But no, his pencils are so bloody tight. He doesn't need it, and it's just stunning. It's made me fall in love with his artwork again. Like I said, I've not liked his work for quite a number of years, at least 20 years. And yeah, I'd love him to do something else for DC. He seems to bring out his best creative streak. So if you're just thinking, I'm not going to get it because it's another Batman title, I would recommend it. It's very much more like an 80s style Batman comic. It's not as it's a gritty storyline, but there's a lot of humour running through, a lot of ongoing gags, and he nails Commissioner Gordon, Bullock, Alfred, Nightwing, Barbara Gordon, all the rest of the side characters, and Harley Quinn. He nails them all perfectly. Harley Quinn in this one is an out and out psychopath, so it's very much the old school Harley. And yeah, and like I said, so the story is so satisfying, and then once the story's finished, I think there's about 40 pages of the variant covers, so it's got all of the variant covers, and as I said, it shows loads of the original pencil art, and it could, if you were thinking of making a career in being a comic artist, it could make you just break your pencil and just quit because it's so tight and nice. So I would give this, for the artwork, 10 out of 10. Beautiful, just beautiful. For the story, it surprised me, 7.58 out of 10. Yeah, say an 8 out of 10 because I enjoyed it, and that's a good comic if you enjoy it. Like I said, it's not Shakespeare, it's not Alan Moore, but it's a good solid Batman adventure, and I don't think you'd be disappointed. The packaging is superb. Like I said, it's a nice oversized deluxe format, and at $29.99 it's very good value for what you get, because you get the whole series and you get loads of back matter. So yeah, if you're looking for a nice fresh take on Batman that is not bogged down by continuity, get the Deadly Duo and you'll really enjoy it. Okay, so I did get my comics. I did get this week's comics, but I've not reviewed them yet, but I'll show you what I've got, and I've not finished reading them yet. So these came yesterday. It's got Kill Your Darlings number 5. I just found out this is stopping with issue 8, so I'm quite sad about that. And then Phantom Road number 8. And then Conan the Barbarian. For some reason in the UK we get this comes later than it does in the States. Number 6. Nice J. Lee cover. One I'm going to leave till that because I'm sad it's ending, but it's been such a great comic. One of my comics of the year from last year. Enfield Gang Massacre number 6, the final issue. And we also have Sandman number 4, because it's sold out the first week it came out, so I had to wait for it to come back in. And one I have read, Superman number 10. Superman number 10. Fantastic, great cover and gorgeous Redondo artwork again. This is one of the best standard superhero comics, period. It's just brilliant. So yeah, that's it. So hopefully DC and Image have released the April titles, but Marvel's not done it yet, so I might do just DC and Image and then wait for do Marvel separately, but I'll see. It all depends if I can be bothered. If not, in another few days I'll do it for all 3 publishers for April. Okay, bye.